Today, we delve into the enigmatic realm of the New World Order. Join us as we unravel the layers of global conspiracy theories, exploring the shadows of power, secrecy, and hidden agendas. 1. Myths about the Holocaust. Between 1941 and 1945, 6 million Jews were killed across Europe in a horrific genocide led by Nazi dictator Adolf Hitler. Despite the fact that the Holocaust is one of the best documented events in history, there are swaths of the population that don't believe it happened, or they believe the death toll has been enormously inflated. One 2014 survey, coordinated by the Anti-Defamation League, of more than 53,000 people across 100 countries, found that only 30% of respondents thought historical accounts of the Holocaust were accurate. Respondents under the age of 65 were more likely to say they didn't believe the Holocaust happened as history books say it did. Poor education on the subject may be one explanation for this, but some conspiracy theorists push the anti-Semitic notion that the Holocaust was invented or exaggerated to garner sympathy and monetary gains for Jewish people while serving and advancing Jewish interests. 2. The CIA had a hand in JFK's assassination. Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested on November 22, 1963, for assassinating President John F. Kennedy Jr. that same day in Dallas, Texas. 2 days later, while being transported to a local jail, Oswald was shot and killed by Jack Ruby, a Texas nightclub owner. This shocking set of events was ripe for conspiracies from the start. Not only was a handsome, popular president fatally shot in broad daylight, the accused assassin was killed days later, inviting speculation about a cover-up. As early as the late 1960s, more than 50% of Americans didn't believe Oswald had acted alone. And as of 2017, for 38 reports, 61% of Americans believe the assassination involved a conspiracy of some sort. One popular theory is that the CIA killed JFK in retaliation for the failed Bay of Pigs invasion to overthrow Cuban leader Fidel Castro. 3. The moon landing was faked. In July 1969, astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first humans to land on the surface of the moon. But by the 1970s, 30% of Americans believed the moon landing had been faked. Alternative histories soon materialized. In the case of the fake moon landing, William Kaysing apparently started writing the book We Never Went to the Moon, America's $30 billion swindle, as satire, but he ended up fully believing the conspiracy. The primary idea in his book was that the footage of astronauts taking their first steps on the moon's surface, which hundreds of millions of people watched live on TV, was actually shot at Nevada's Area 51. As recently as 2019, a small survey showed that 10% of Americans still believe that the moon landing was a hoax. 4. Princess Diana's death was no accident. When Princess Diana, a beautiful, young, royal outsider known as the People's Princess, was killed in a car crash in Paris in 1997, 1 year after her divorce from Prince Charles, conspiracies immediately abounded. The specifics vary, but the crux of most Diana-related theories is this: the car accident that killed her was not an accident. At the time of her death, she was dating Dodi Fayed, an Egyptian film producer who died in the limo alongside her, who was supposedly planning to propose to Diana the night of the accident. In a court witness statement, Dodi's father, Mohammed Al Fayed, said they were killed because the monarchy couldn't stand the thought of Diana and Prince Charles's son's heirs to the British throne having a stepfather who was Egyptian and Muslim. Dodi's father also claimed Diana was pregnant at the time of the crash, though the coroner who examined Diana said she was not. 5 to 9/11 was an inside job. In a series of coordinated terror attacks, nearly 3,000 people lost their lives during the events of September 11, 2001, with thousands more injured and over 2,000 first responders eventually losing their lives due to illnesses related to their time working at Ground Zero. On that fall day in 2001, Americans watched, stunned, as 2 planes hit the Twin Towers in New York City, while a third struck the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., and a fourth crashed into a field outside of Shanksville, Pennsylvania. September 11 took its place in history as the date of the most deadly foreign attack on American soil, usurping Pearl Harbor. Maybe it's because of the scale of loss that nearly 3,000 people could be killed within a few hours on a sunny September morning, or because of the lies that have been told to the American people to sell them on the endless wars that followed the attacks. But the subject of 9/11 has always been a playground for conspiracy theorists. 6. Mass shootings like Sandy Hook were false flags. After 20 first graders and 6 school staffers were killed at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut on December 14, 2012, Alex Jones used his formidable platform to claim the attack hadn't actually happened. The mass shooting, according to Jones, was completely fake, and the slain children were hired actors. Sandy Hook conspiracies spread far and wide, with some grieving parents releasing birth certificates to prove their children existed and having to deny requests to exhume their children's bodies. Mass shootings continue to bring out the worst in conspiracy theorists. After the Parkland, Florida, shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School left 17 dead, survivors were called crisis actors. When a gunman killed 58 people in Las Vegas, theories ran wild that he hadn't acted alone. 7. Top Democrats are behind a child sex ring. In October 2016, what we used to think of as the most cursed year before we entered the hellscape of 2020, the emails of Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman, John Podesta, were leaked online. In the emails, Podesta writes about possibly holding a fundraiser at the DC pizzeria Comet Ping Pong and mentions ordering cheese pizza. These seemingly innocuous details became fuel for the wild conspiracy that Comet Ping Pong was the headquarters of a child sex trafficking ring run by Democratic leaders, including Clinton and Podesta. Cheese pizza, theorists claimed, actually meant child pornography. As in so many conspiracy communities, the emails became a cipher only insiders could decode. 8. The Earth is actually flat. The 2017 Flat Earth International Conference featured speakers such as Mark Sargent, who runs the Flat Earth Clues YouTube series and has enjoyed a leading role in Netflix's Behind the Curve, a documentary about flat earthers. Sargent claims that the world is a flat soundstage under a dome, sort of like The Truman Show. Although there's not extensive polling on how many people think the Earth is flat, there's evidence that younger people are more likely to believe this is the case. The basic idea of this movement is right there in its name. The Earth is flat, not a globe. The actual layout of the Earth varies among flat earthers, but the majority seem to believe the planet is a flat disk with an ice wall around it. 9. COVID-19 as population control. Despite overwhelming scientific evidence confirming the natural origin of the virus, conspiracy theories surrounding COVID-19 as a form of population control persist. These unfounded claims have been fueled by misinformation and the erosion of trust in public institutions. The global scientific community has consistently emphasized the importance of vaccination to control the spread of the virus, but skepticism remains, partly due to politicization of the pandemic. The disinformation landscape has been further complicated by the rise of social media, where false narratives can spread rapidly. Additionally, the economic and social disruptions caused by the pandemic have contributed to a climate of fear and uncertainty. 10. Area 51 is home to lots of aliens and government secrets. This is perhaps the largest alien conspiracy theory in the United States and has spawned more than a few movie plots and memoirs. Located in the high desert, it has long been the scene of many UFO stories. And while we do know officially, as confirmed by the Pentagon in 2017, that the government does have an interest in collecting and analyzing anything that could be a threat to our aerospace, the exact work being done at Area 51 is still a complete mystery. A whole vault of interesting conspiracy theories has emerged as the years go on. The most popular school of thought from conspiracy groups is that there are actual alien life forms from an accidental crash landing on Earth, hidden in the hills of the desert being subjected to testing and experimentation. We encourage you to continue questioning, seeking knowledge, and staying vigilant. If you found this exploration intriguing, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more eye-opening content, and share your thoughts in the comments below.